This is the whiskey right here that got me into the fine whiskeys, the fine bourbons. Um, it was the first thing that I ever caught a note on that I just absolutely loved. Now, caveat to that, Buffalo Trace was probably that vanilla, and I was like, oh, I love vanilla. I love Buffalo Trace. This one, however, the note I got on this was very specific. And it's something that I just absolutely loved. Now, here's something we're going to talk about on Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is not considered a single barrel, but it is. It is, but it isn't. So the way they do it is they roll the barrels down and they fill out of a single barrel. But there could be a point where a bottle gets a little bit of one barrel and a little bit of the next barrel. So that's not a single barrel. So they took the single barrel off this. But guys, it's a single barrel, so they can taste different. And so what I found in drinking this one is this is my fifth Eagle Rare of the year. Um, the other four, I had a specific flavor on. Now we'll get to that. Now you might see a couple other bottles out here, and before we get to drinking this, I want to talk about what I did before this. And this comes when I'm trying to get a nose off of a glass or a flavor or whatever. I will go and I'll have a warm up. And today my warm up was this old Bardstown. It's a 90 proof. Eagle Rare's 90 proof, so I'll start there. I just honestly I wanted to know what it tasted like. I'd never had Old Bardstown. It's a $15 bottle, and it's a good $15 bottle. I could not believe how good this was for 15 bucks. They did a great job on that. Um, but that's not usually how I warm up. I just wanted to taste that after it opened up. I had the neck pour a couple weeks ago. I really wanted to taste that, so I started off tonight with that. And then I moved over to a store pick from where I get this one. I'm not gonna say the name of the store because I didn't talk to the owner about it. But this is the bottle from that store, and it's a Knob Creek, 120 proof. And I thought it was a 12 year just because maybe the black label threw me off. But I got to looking at it. It's a 10 year. It's really close to a 10 year, maybe 3, 4 months short of a 10 year. So it's like, okay, that kind of pairs well. And what I like to do is I like to go up in proof and have that drink before I go to a lower proof whiskey. It just helps me get the notes. Now I'm going to say, okay, we're going to have some critiques on this. That's not how you do it, this, that, and the other. I don't care what you say. This is how I do it. This is what works for me. If you do it a different way and it works for you, I'm glad that's how it works for you. I'm glad that that works for you. This works for me. Um, so, without any further ado, I've had my warm ups. And a little shout out to Matt over at ADHD Whiskey America. Yeah. Now, I don't know why Matt says America when he opens the bottle. Maybe he said it in a video and you guys know. I didn't catch that one. But to me, when he says that, I'm glad he says it because I'm a proud American and I'm proud of American spirits. Just like Scotland is proud of Scotch. Americans should be proud of bourbon. This is uniquely an American spirit and a damn good one. I would rather have this than a Scotch any day. Now, I'm not going to bag on Scotch, but I haven't had one that I like. Now, granted, I haven't had some Ardbegs, Macallan 12. Those are the two that are like, you got to have the, okay. So I haven't found one I like, but I didn't used to like rye, and now I'm starting to like rye the more I'm starting to like the spice and the finish and everything on the whiskeys. So take that with a grain of salt. I might be a Scotch drinker next year. Who hell knows? But anyways, let's talk about this Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is a 10-year product from Buffalo Trace. Give a little swirl here. Hard to get. It's hard to get. I'm getting a little apple on that. Don't usually get apple on an Eagle Rare. But like I said, it's very empty here, but most of this bottle has gone into the blends I have back here that we'll do another video on all these different blends. Um, but I haven't really had a neat pour of this bottle. My other four bottles, I got a specific note that I'm looking for right now. That's freaking apple, bro. That is not like any of the other 4 bottles that I've opened this year. All these bottles are from the same liquor store. Little swirl. Oh, you know what? I didn't bless the bourbon. What was I thinking? Gotta bless the bourbon. Whew. Still not getting that note that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a specific note I'm not getting. I'm getting oak, a little sweet, a bunch of apple. I want to drink it. It's not bad. It's not like it's a bad. It's just a certain note I'm looking for. This sucker smells good. I think I'm getting a little more oak off this one than I normally do. You're going to get oak off of a 10-year whiskey. The nose transfers very well to the palate. Very well to the palate. It's not it's not a flat bourbon. It's an easy drinking bourbon. Something you could introduce a friend to that's not really into bourbon. Maybe they're at the 80 proof level and you want to step them up a little bit to where kind of you're comfortable drinking. I would introduce them to something like an Eagle Rare if you can find it. Now we're going to talk about finding it in another video, and I've got a few tips on that. Like, for instance, this bottle right here was the first bottle I got from my Premier store, and the owner of the store pulled this out from under his desk when I went in, and I spent, we'll just say, a lot of money on the whiskeys that I'd been looking for in his store, saving up for, getting the money and going in and making a mass purchase. Because I knew he had a lot sit back. We had, over the years, created a relationship, and when I did that, I was finally allowed into the back room, and this is the bottle he pulled out from behind his desk. And this was my first in the wild. I would say in the wild. It was in the back room. It was in the dude's office, the owner's office, and I got this bottle for $40, and I about crapped my pants. I'd had Eagle Rare before. I've never owned Eagle Rare. And I got this one, and I was so happy to get that nose that I wanted off of it. Now, what I did, here's another tip. Drink that sucker. Owners, liquor stores, they don't want to sell these allocated bottles, maybe less allocated now that Buffalo Trace has a different distributor. I don't know. Well, time will tell. But this one here, to prove to him that I drank that sucker, I brought it back to him empty. And not only did I bring it back to him empty, but I put my business card in that sucker. Now, you can no longer get it out of there, but there was a point in time you could pull that business card out of there. And he wasn't there that day. That's the reason why I put that business card in there, because I was let to go back to his office, and I stuck this bottle on his desk with my business card. And obviously he knew what was going on there. And the next day I got a call, and he says, I'm supposed to get one, such and such. It's all yours if you want it. And of course, up and down, thank you. Yeah, absolutely, I want it. I wasn't trying to be too forward. You know, him and I have a good relationship, but still, at that point, you don't want to overstep boundaries with people you're friends with your family. Just don't overstep their boundaries, and everybody's got a different boundary. And I'll tell you what, the further I get in my life, it seems like people are getting less and less boundaries, getting offended about anything. That's a whole other YouTube channel. Anyways, so that's how I got that. And through that relationship, he lets me know when he gets them. And they get them quite frequently, to be honest with you. I've actually bought a couple and got them to people that I know have been searching for them. So I'm not a hoarder. These bottles are all bottles that I have bought and drank, and I've probably only drank half of these bottles because I share it with my friends, because the spirit is something to be shared with your loved ones and your friends. If you're sitting on this stuff, fine, collect it, do whatever. I'm buying it to drink it. I hope you're buying it to drink it. I'm gonna be honest, this one isn't my favorite. Out of all 5, I'm disappointed. Still really good, but I am looking for an Eagle Rare. The very first note I ever got off of this whiskey, and I got off the other 4 bottles I had, and that's Big League Chew Grape Bubblegum. I mean, specifically Big League Chew Grape Bubblegum. I mean, it hit me in the nose, and I was like, I knew exactly what it was. And so with these other bottles, as I have friends down here, and they're going, man, I love the smell of this nose. These are the other 4 bottles, not this one. I'm going to have to get an apple down here for this one. And, man, it's so familiar. So what I do, this is kind of cool. I didn't buy, my buddy Rod bought me a pack of Grape Big League Chew and gave it to me. I think it was Christmas or something like that. And I'll go, hey, quit drinking that whiskey for a second, okay? Quit drinking that. Close your eyes. Set your whiskey down. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I hold this up to their face. Take a whiff. Holy crap, that's it. That's what I'm smelling. That's it. Yeah. Well, damn it. This one is an apple when I'm looking for this. It's still a great whiskey. It's still high quality. You can tell the age, the oak. The finish isn't long. It's really soft, a drinkable, a crushable, a smooth whiskey. I'm not going to get mad if anybody says smooth in the comments. I know what you mean. So I'm not going to be like that. Woo, I got a little crazy with that stir. Little SJ. I might watch a little bit of ADHD whiskey, and you should too. Matt's a great dude. He's on a weight loss journey right now. You ought to follow him on that. I'm on a weight loss journey. You know, us fat asses got to stick together and become skinny asses. Don't know Matt. I know Matt. He doesn't know me. We all know Matt because we watch these videos, right? And the Whiskey Junkies and all these guys. And that's how I got educated on this. The YouTube whiskey stuff. I was like, what bottles do... Because I had some crappers. I got some hidden back here you can't see that are some dog crap. And I mean dog crap. If you wrapped it in bacon, it'd still taste like dog crap. So I started getting into a little research and whatnot, and I found the best place for research was YouTube. And so my kids have been twisting my arm going, man, you spend all this time and money and you get all this joy from this, and your buddies are down here and we're cracking up laughing at the stories you're telling. You need to videotape this and share it with people. It's too good not to. And we'll get to that someday, but this is just my first shot at a full-length video, and I know I screwed up a bunch of times, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm not out here to make money. I'm out here to have a good time, spend quality time with my boys, more importantly, and drink some good spirits. So if that's what you're about, finding some good bottles, learning a little bit, getting a few tips from somebody who's been doing it for a little bit, man, there's a ton of channels out on YouTube to watch, and I'm going to try to just give my take on what's going on with me, not because I want to, but because I'm having fun with my family doing it. I'm having fun with my buddies. I'm having fun with my boys. Spirits, an American spirit that we should be proud of, should draw people around a table to have a good time and talk and loosen up and enjoy each other's company. For God's sakes, this is how our country was founded, in a bar when we were fighting to be independent from the redcoats. We planned that in a bar around spirits. Probably not this spirit, obviously, but spirits. This is how this country was founded. I'm proud to be a part of that now. So let's get sitting around a table together, drinking some fine spirits, and figure out how to fix this sucker. We'll leave that to somebody else. Let's just enjoy the spirits. Tune in next time while we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Leave a comment. I got a bunch of bottles back here we can review if that's what you guys like. I'd like to talk a little bit about how I got into the whiskey bourbon journey. If you guys have any interest, I'll just tease it right now saying I got shot by an Apache pilot and I lived, and that's what got me into bourbon. Catch me next time.